Hi everyone, my name is Hima-jen. Hima being Japanese for free, leisurely, Jen being my name. And today I'm going to talk about the books I want to read in September 2019. This video is late going up because I've been in the hospital. If you follow my vlogs, I was in the hospital for a gastrointestinal issue. We are already a week into September, so this TBR is going up late, so I apologize for that. If you're not familiar with BookTube, aka the corner of YouTube where people talk about books, allow me to enlighten you. TBR stands for to be read, and at the beginning of every month, a lot of booktubers will go ahead and announce the books that they want to read for that month. We do it just because it's fun, it motivates us, it holds us accountable. Oh God, I'm sorry, I slept wrong and my shoulder hurts so bad, and every time I move it's just like, ugh. Maybe people see your video and they think like, oh, I'd like to read that book too. I don't know about you, but I am an introvert and reading is obviously a very solitary activity. I like being able to read by myself, but at the same time I like to talk online with people about the book. It just allows me to make a connection with people I don't know. I'm rambling at this point. It's like if you're a crazy Harry Potter fan and you meet another crazy Harry Potter fan. It's like boom, instant connection. I have actively participated in a readathon every single month since April of this year. So in April I did the Owls, in May I did the Asian readathon, in June I did like 4 readathons. I did the Ghibli-a-thon. Maybe you guys say Ghibli, but in Japan it's pronounced Djibouti, and I live in Japan, so I know what I'm talking about, okay? It's Ghibli. I did the Litha Witch-a-thon, I did the Queer Lit Readathon, and lastly I did Summer-a-thon. In July I did the Book Junkie Trials. I read 15 books for that. In August I did the Newt's Magical Readathon. All that being said, I'm tired of doing readathons and I need a frickin' break. September I will be taking a break from readathons. If you don't know, I'm an English teacher and September school just started again. I have 2 hedgehogs. They're asleep right now. When I get home from work, I've gotta do all the things that you need to do, like clean up and cook dinner. And then from 7 to 9 every night, I have bonding time with the hedgehogs. I feed them, I clean their cages. I'm not gonna be able to read 15 books in September, that's for damn sure. But yeah, I just wanted to take a break from readathons because I really wanted to focus on series that I'm in the middle of. I'm in the middle of a ton of series and I wanna, you know, make some progress and read the next books in those series. So that's gonna be the focus of what I'm reading this month. So the first book I want to read this month is Clockwork Prince, which is the second book in the Infernal Devices series. So I did start reading this September 1st. I am on page 342 of 499 pages, so I will probably finish this in the next day or two. So it is set in London in the year 1880, I believe. I'm a sucker for the Victorian era. I absolutely love it. This series is very steampunky. It is set in the Shadowhunters universe. If you don't know, Shadowhunters are half angel, half human, aka Nephilim, and they protect our world from demons and the like. There's also downworlders, which are warlocks, vampires, werewolves, fairies. You could call this book YA historical urban fantasy, I'd say. It has probably one of my favorite characters of all time, if not my absolute favorite, and it's Jem, aka James Carstairs. I'm just so in love with him. I gave the first book in the series, Clockwork Angel, I gave that 5 stars. This is my first time reading this one. I've read Clockwork Angel twice, but this is my first time reading Clockwork Prince. I think it's gonna be a 5-star read for me, and then I'm gonna read Clockwork Princess. Can I wait till next month, or am I gonna read it this month too? I don't know. Very excited to read this. The next book I wanna read could not be any more different from Clockwork Prince, and that is Gemini. Sorry if there's a glare, which is book 2 of the Illuminate Files series. It's co-authored by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I made a tweet and I tagged both of the authors in it, and Amy Kaufman actually retweeted it and commented, and I think Jay Kristoff liked it. It's cool because they are pretty famous authors, but they are still accessible. If you write a message to them or tweet them, there's a pretty good chance that they're gonna see it. Take this thing off. What's unique about this series is that it's told through like emails and instant messaging, and there's, God, I cannot flip through it. So it's packaged as like a dossier. There's security camera footage, there's IMs, emails, drawings, diary entries. This is YA sci-fi, but it's so much more than that. It's a thriller, it's a horror novel, there's romance. Like, Illuminate so far has been the best book I've read all year. I'm also really loving Gemini as well. So what page am I on? I'm on page 401 of 659. I will tell you the plot of Illuminate because we don't like spoilers here on this channel. In the very far future, like the year 2500 or something, I think it's in the year like 2575, a small planet called Carenza is attacked by like an evil corporation. Now 2 high schoolers, Katie and Ezra, were living on Carenza. They managed to escape. They were picked up by some government ships, I believe. So a lot of people from Carenza were picked up by these ships. The problem is that these ships aren't really meant for battle. Like, one is a science vessel, another is like a cargo ship. They've escaped the planet and they're trying to outrun the enemy ship that's chasing them, because the enemy just wants to wipe out everyone, apparently. We don't know why. I mean, you learn why, but it's highly unlikely that they're gonna be able to outrun them. They're trying to make it to this jump station. To make matters worse, the artificial intelligence system known as Aiden has been damaged in the attack, and it's malfunctioning. We'll just say that. It's doing some pretty weird things. And to top it all off, there is a highly contagious virus on one of the ships. Anytime a book has like, it's so messed up, but anytime a book has like a virus or a deadly plague or something freaky, I'm just like, what does that say about my personality? To put it mildly, the virus that's on one of the ships is absolutely terrifying. Yeah, we follow Hannah and Nick that are on Jump Station Heimdall, and I think book 3 follows another set of characters. I'm anticipating this is also going to be a 5-star read. I loved Illuminate so much. I forced my friend Savannah to read it. I was like, you gotta frickin' read this. This book is crazy. Highly, highly, highly recommend the series. And yeah, I can't wait to read this one. And then I will probably read Obsidio, which is book 3, next month. And the next book I want to read is A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab. This is book 2 in the Shades of Magic series. This is the beautiful special edition signed by the author. Very surprised. I just got this bad boy on Amazon Japan. So yeah, I read A Darker Shade of Magic in July for the Book Junkie Trials. The problem is that I read A Darker Shade of Magic at the same time as I was reading Illuminate, and while I loved A Darker Shade of Magic and gave it 5 stars, I didn't fully devote myself to it. I didn't fully focus on it. The story ended up not impacting me as much as the Illuminate Files did. So I want to take my time with this one because I know it's a really good series. This is a fantasy series. Adult fantasy, right? It's not YA. We have 4 different Londons that are essentially connected. There are alternate worlds or portal worlds. God, that's really hard to say. Portal worlds. My leg is asleep. Okay, hang on. These are some trading cards that I got in an owl crate box, I believe. Yeah. So the owl crate right there, stupid. We have Grey London, which is essentially our world, where it's the normal world, there is no magic. We have Red London, where magic is thriving. Red London is a good place. Everyone seems to be happy. White London is being starved of magic, and it is a cruel place, and it is ruled by cruel emperors, a king and queen, I don't know. We have Black London, which has been consumed by magic. First rule of A Darker Shade of Magic is we don't talk about Black London. Second rule is we don't think about Black London. And the third rule is we sure as hell don't go to Black London. This series follows Kel, who is an Antari, meaning that he can travel through these different Londons as a sort of like messenger, diplomat. Like the other Londons are aware of each other. As far as we know, there is only one other Antari in existence. I mean, they've been like wiped out. There were more, but the only other Antari is Holland, and he's not really the best person. There is a woman from Grey London called Delilah Bard. She's like a pickpocket, and she's just trying to make her way in the world, and she'll do whatever is necessary. Delilah's not my favorite, but I'm told that she grows on you, so we'll see. So yeah, I gave A Darker Shade of Magic, the first book, I gave it 5 stars. I'm hoping I can give this one 5 stars as well. I have not started it yet. Yeah, I'm just really excited to see where Victoria Schwab takes us on this journey. I am a big fan of her writing. Wonderful writer. Very excited to see where this series goes. Okay, the next book I am going to either listen to on audiobook or read on ebook. I haven't decided yet, but that book is going to be Scarlet, which is book 2 in the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. So I listened to Cinder last month. These books are part fantasy, part dystopian, part science fiction. They're retellings of different fairy tales. So obviously Cinder was based on Cinderella, and I believe Scarlet is going to be based on Little Red Riding Hood. But they're all connected somehow from what I understand. So in book 1, we follow Cinder, who is a cyborg. She is a human being, but she has mechanical elements in her body. Like she's got like a metal leg and a metal arm, and she's living in a world called New Beijing. There's an evil stepmother. There's also a deadly plague. You know me and my deadly plagues. I'm like, don't threaten me with a good time. Shit. I don't know if you've seen the movie Alita, the Battle Angel. I watched it earlier this year. I freaking loved it. And Cinder actually gave me very strong Alita vibes. So that was really cool. We have this race of people called the Lunars. They live on the moon, and they are a threat to the people living on Earth and living in New Beijing. And this also takes place, you know, way in the future. I'm not sure what year they might have said it, but the audiobook was good. I only gave it 4 stars because the ending just kind of made me mad. It was so abrupt, and I felt like it was right in the middle of the action, so I was like, damn it, now I have to read the second book. I was gonna read the second book anyway, but come on, man. I've heard from people that this series gets better as it goes on. I think we also follow in book 3, maybe it's Rapunzel, and book 4, maybe Snow White. I'm not sure, but this series has been out for quite a while. I'm either gonna listen to it on audiobook or read it on ebook, but really excited to continue the Lunar Chronicles. The last series that I want to continue with is the Raven Cycle series, and so I am planning on listening to the audiobook of The Dream Thieves. That is book 2 in the Raven Cycle series by Maggie Stiefvater. I believe that's how you say it. I read book 1, The Raven Boys, in July, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I almost DNF'd it. It took me a long time to get into it because 1, the writing is much more flowery than I prefer, and second of all, I had no freaking clue what was going on, and it was making me mad. I don't like it when books do that, when I'm reading it and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I suppose these are YA urban fantasy novels. They have a paranormal aspect, which is cool. We follow 4 boys, Gansey, Ronan, Adam, and Noah. And they go to this prestigious all-boys academy called Aglenby, and they're in high school. The Aglenby boys are also known as Raven Boys, and they are on a quest. In the beginning, you don't know exactly what they're looking for, but it's some type of paranormal quest. We also have Blue Sargent, who is the daughter of a psychic. She lives in a house full of psychics, but she is the only member of her family who is not psychic. What she can do, however, is her presence amplifies the psychic ability of people around her. And we also know that Blue has a curse on her. Any boy that she kisses will die. So that's not good. Throughout the book, she gets kind of entangled, wrapped up. She comes together with the 4 Raven Boys and joins their quest. So I tried reading the ebook. It was making me mad, and I gave up. I set the book down for a couple weeks. And then I decided to read the audiobook, or listen to the audiobook. And it is narrated by Will Patton. And if you don't know who that is, I'll do some screenshots. He was in Gone in 60 Seconds. He was in Remember the Titans. And since the Raven Cycle series takes place in Virginia, he just does the Virginia accent so well. And his freaking voice, the voices he does for, I think it's Orla and Persephone, are hysterical. Persephone is like, oh, Blue, is that you? It's just so weird. But he does the Virginia accent so well, and I love listening to his voice. So I'm definitely gonna continue The Dream Thieves on audiobook. Now, I gave The Raven Boys 4 stars. I think I was a little bit too harsh because, like I said, the writing is more lyrical than I'm used to, but I'm growing to appreciate it now. Now I see it as just beautiful writing rather than trying too hard. I don't feel that way anymore. I am really enjoying it, and so The Dream Thieves might even be 5 stars, who knows. I was sad that I almost DNF'd it because there is quite a huge fandom for it, and it always sucks when there's a fandom and you didn't like the book and you can't be a part of that fandom. And I can say I'm in the fandom now, right? I get it. Accept me into the fandom, please. So that concludes the series I want to make progress with. There are 5 books, right? And what's interesting is that they are all the second book in the series. I don't know, will they have middle book syndrome? We'll see. Thinking it's gonna be a pretty good reading month. So the books I am waiting for on Libby are Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine, Little Fires Everywhere, The Path Made Clear by Oprah, hell yeah, Pachinko by Min-Jin Lee, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs, and Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. Along with Crazy Rich Asians, any of those books might pop up when I do my September reading wrap-up. Yeah, I need to go to the chiropractor now. If you've read any of the books I'm planning to read, tell me down below. No spoilers, no freaking spoilers. Don't make me block you. And I will see you back here at the end of September for my reading wrap-up. Have a good reading month, and I'll see you guys later. 居酒屋